There are many ways that people get around their cities: walking, driving, and in larger cities, metropolitan transport systems. But with so many metros, some are bound to be better than others. In this video, I'm going to rank my personal favorite top 5 metros in the United States based on usability, efficiency, and overall ease of use. This is my own personal opinion, and I'd like to hear differing opinions in the comments. Please like and subscribe. And with that out of the way, number 5, the Boston Metro. Oh my goodness, what is this? Also known as the T, this to me is the definition of someone making a metro up as they go along. So this metro has 5 lines, but not nearly all of these are created equal. Now the coverage of this metro is undeniable. If you need to get somewhere in Boston, the T will get you there, even if the green line looks like an alien hand. The T is the oldest metro in the United States, and that lends itself to very interesting history, but it doesn't feel like a lot of revision happened. Why does the green line have 4 offshoots? Why doesn't the orange line take some of the stations off of green E? How does one line have almost 70 stations and another has 20? Yeah, this subway system is old and sadly it shows. Make no mistake, this is an entirely functional metro and it will get you from point A to point B, even if you have to wait 30 stops to get there. I mean seriously, how did they get to 70 stops before they thought it was enough for one line? The final plus is that the station names are pretty good. Aquarium takes you to the aquarium, Boston College is at Boston College. Why is Green Street on the orange line? This metro is unusable. Coming in at number 4, we have the San Francisco BART. I don't know much about Bart Simpson other than that he's gold in Japan, but the Bay Area Rapid Transit System is a hybrid metro commuter rail system that connects San Francisco, Oakland, and Berkeley. This is a 5-line metro made up of 50 stations, which is less than the stations in just the green line of the T, but this isn't necessarily a bad thing. BART is the preferred method of travel around the Northern Bay Area, but that's just it. The Northern Bay Area. BART really struggles with coverage. San Francisco is one of the biggest cities on the West Coast, and it becomes clear quickly why dense metros are more popular on the East Coast. Put simply, San Francisco is too dense for intracity trips, but the distance is so far that fares get pretty expensive between cities. In addition, it's rare to live within walking distance to a BART station, leading to either the necessity of a car or using other methods of public transport, and this isn't a soy boy bus ranking, this is a Chad subway ranking. The stations are relatively clean and well maintained, and the trains are pretty comfortable too since they lend themselves to longer distance travel, like from San Francisco to Oakland. Oh my gosh, this metro goes through Oakland. Yeah, Oakland is frequently rated one of the most unsafe cities in the US, and San Francisco isn't considered a Swedish mountain retreat either. While the other cities on this list lend themselves to the pitfalls of any dense urban centers, it seems like Oakland is the last place you'd want to be waiting for long periods of time. And that's gonna happen, as you can expect wait times of 10 to 15 minutes in urban centers and up to 20 minutes for suburban travel. So until the Western US gets a solid metro,
I had a goddamn plan!
We'll return to the east with number 3, the Chicago Metro. The Chicago Metro, or the
I won't tell anyone. What is it? I want to tell you I'm
L, has been around since the late 1800s. Hey, how to get all the way up there? Well, the nickname L is based on the fact that many of the tracks are elevated as opposed to the traditional underground subway tunnels. But here's the first negative of the L. I actually live next to a railroad, and I can tell you that trains are very loud. But the L isn't all bad news. It has 8 main color-coded routes. Instantly, the downtown loop is really helpful, and the light blue and red line provide extensive coverage throughout the city. The L also understands how to do a branching green line, thank goodness. It does lose points on efficiency because of this thing right here. I mean seriously, the yellow line is only 5 miles long with barely any variety in its coverage. Using CTA benchmarks and a survey conducted by Streets Blog Chicago, we can see that during rush hour, the average wait for a train is around 5 to 10 minutes on average, and 3 to 5 minutes during rush hour. But how are the trains themselves? Well, the sentiment seems pretty mixed and depends on the line you take. The red, blue, and brown lines all seem pretty clean with recent renovations to stations. However, this is also still Chicago, which is a big city, so naturally the stations and trains struggle with graffiti and loitering. Taking the average of the monthly unlimited pass, which is currently priced around $75 a month, which nets around $900 per year. However, if someone is a student in Chicago, they are eligible for the U-Pass, which lowers the cost to only around $325 per year. This is remarkably cheap when you take into account how far the L can take you and how much money you can save on gas. There are 2 stops called California, but they have a Castlevania reference which is epic, a la carte for Smash. Overall, the L is great for Chicago, but only Chicago. Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States, so it's a good thing that it has the number 2 metro in the country. With construction starting in 1967, it is definitely one of the newer metros on this list. The Washington Metro also has a variety of elevated, surface, and underground sections. though not nearly as many elevated sections as the L. The first strength that this metro has is it might just be the most visually striking one on the list. Just take a look at some of these stations. The art of the train station is really a lost one, and it's a shame more metros don't put effort in like this anymore. But let's actually get on the trains and go places. The Washington Metro has 6 active lines, and oh my gosh, they have another useless yellow line. Yeah, the yellow line is easily the worst line, just like the L. But wait, Washington DC isn't this big, right? Yeah, that's because this metro spans both Maryland and Northern Virginia. This is a huge bonus. Being able to go from one state to another without driving opens up a lot of opportunities for people. And it also expands this metro's effective reach, not just to government officials or other people that work at the Capitol. So the Washington Metro clears the L, but why is it only number 4? Well, that's because of a factor that really holds this line back, and that's the lack of 24/7 service. While it does operate 7 days a week, it doesn't operate at every hour of the day. This is a huge knock because how do I get the Midnight Rhythm Heaven Groove drop at the GameStop without 24/7 support? And the convenience tanks further with the price. This isn't a flat fare system, and there isn't a monthly membership option, so if you frequently commute, you can end up spending up to $200 a month, which can run you upwards of $2 grand per year if you are a frequent commuter. If I need a $5 menu McDonald's special, it might cost me more to get to the McDonald's than the actual burger itself. But this being number 2 on the list, we can see that New England has a chokehold on this list, and that's only helped by number 1, the New York City Metro. Yeah, if you're familiar with New England or even city metros in general, you knew this was going to be number 1. This is what the T wishes it was, and this is what the Washington Metro was designed off of. This thing is a monster whose only goal is to get you and millions of others from the Empire State Building to meet your baby mama in the Bronx as fast as possible. This behemoth of a metro splits around 665 miles of track between a whopping 28 lines of services. This is sadly the most complicated system in the States, but it's just so expansive that I'd say it's more than worth it. Due to its complexity, it loses points, however the location more than makes up for it. In order to move upwards of 3.5 million passengers per day, this leads to many lines having different tracks called services. While this can be confusing, it enables the Metro to have express lines that only stop at certain stations, leading to a faster commute. Unlike the Washington Metro, the NYC subway has a flat fare system, costing only around $2.50 per ride, with unlimited transfers within that ride. However, with Omni, if you ride 12 times in a week, the remaining rides for that week are free. So basically, this Metro hates making money, but it loves moving people. Now you might call me hypocritical since I flamed the T for having branching lines, but the New York subway is all about that branch life, brah. Overall, I'm disappointed with the overuse of numbers in naming stations and their cleanliness, but how mad can I really be? The NYC subway is so aggressively efficient with its space and the amount of people it moves that it really displaces its flaws, making it the greatest metropolitan transport system in the United States. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Please let me know if you want me to do different metro rankings for different countries. Anyway, I'm gonna go take the blue line under Jamaica Bay. Jamaican rice and beans.